Okay, Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods is, of course, an animated feature for the Dragon Ball Z universe that takes place well beyond the Buu storyline. So I'm guessing this is probably one of the very few that could kind of fit into continuity somewhat. The Kais are horrified because Lord Bills has come back. Even though he's labeled as Bills, it doesn't sound like they're saying Bills. It always sounds like it's Beerus. It very rarely sounds like they're saying Lord Bills. Could just be like a pronunciation thing. So we're then treated to exactly who the Lord Bills is, a god of destruction. Not the god, a god of destruction. A purple cat in pajama pants. I'm looking at it going, man, this seems just like the Egyptian cat version of Mewtwo. And again, this is one of those not serious villains. He's like, I woke up early? Yeah. Why? Oh, did Frieza destroy Planet Vegeta? Yeah, great. What's he up to? Frieza's been killed. Oh. By who? Same. Huh. Seems pretty powerful. The cancel lots of stretching. You think a Saiyan God is around now? We're just saying that Earth, Earth, stretch. So not the most intimidating of villains. So of course, first visit to Goku was on King Sky's planet. They have a sparring match. Then he goes to Earth during Bulma's birthday party. There is a lot of build-up. So you have Bills and his cohort, who are essentially at a party with Vegeta, like, oh my god, if he decides that he gets pissed, he's gonna destroy the Earth. What are we gonna do? Oh my god. He's gotta stay happy. He's gotta stay happy. He has to stay happy. And he is happy for the majority where he's like, oh, this food is delicious. What is this? Sushi? Oh, I love sushi. Is this tempura? Oh, I love tempura. Until something happens that makes him not happy. Which of course then leads to him eventually having a battle with a Super Saiyan God. Which is brought about through a very unique sort of scenario. It's a good thing that while Bulma's party had a bingo prize, a bingo towards the end, one of the prizes was all 7 Dragon Balls. When the series first started, the Dragon Balls were like, oh no, somebody died. We need to get the Dragon Balls and wish them back to life. Okay. Now at Bulma's birthday, you can win all 7 Dragon Balls as part of bingo. It's part of bingo. So the battle between Bills and Super Saiyan God. I wonder who became the Super Saiyan God. Was actually very good. I was watching going, man, this would have been super intense to have seen like in 3D in a theater. Just amazing. Flying all up, flying through things. Just fantastic. Ironically, very little city damage. A lot of damage like in the middle of nowhere, but very little city damage. But the problem is, this is an hour and 45 minutes. I think they fight for about maybe 20... I think the Super Saiyan God and Bills is probably about a 20-minute fight. Maybe I've gotten used to the other ones where they're, a little over an hour and the majority of it is fighting. There are other fight sequences that are very short. But it felt like this was more of a, if you've never seen Dragon Ball, yeah, we're going to do flashbacks and other stories. We're going to tell you a lot about everything that's going on. We will fill you in on everything Dragon Ball. If this is your first time watching Dragon Ball. If you've watched, it's kind of like, oh, okay, I remember that. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. And that too. So when we see this god fighting a god, a lot of build up, the fight sequence, very intense. I love my it's a really solid fight sequence. Ending was kind of, I thought they threw in almost too much humor. I know Dragon Ball Z, you normally had action and humor. Normally more on the action, a little bit on the humor side. This one, it almost felt inverted. That there's just a little bit too much in the way of humor. I felt like they needed a little bit more in the way of action. Like they really, really wanted to. This is a funny film. This is a funny film. And the addition of J-pop during the massive climactic battle just kind of just threw it off. Very solid film. Just they had a couple of spots here and there. I saw the uncut version. A couple of spots here and there were just kind of. I guess if you're trying to bring your kids, get your kids involved in Dragon Ball Z, this worked very well for it. But I also back from like the Broly fights and those when the main storyline was done this way and the movies were just a little bit more vicious, like a true OVA. And this one felt like they tried to be really, really kid friendly, which will also be the problem. So when you have Trunks and Goten walking around a lot. But overall, very enjoyable film.